Look, I'm 28 years old. I've had to defend my country in 2 wars and in many battles. Nobody wants peace more than Israel. But the stumbling block to the road for peace is this demand for a PLO state, which will mean more war, which will mean more violence in the Middle East. And I sincerely believe, if this demand is abandoned, we can have real and genuine peace.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, President.
Hello, what's up, everyone? Good morning. It's your boy, the Crackhead, wishing you all a wonderful Sunday. Since on Friday, I just see on social media say Netanyahu don't buy, and some people get mind to ask me for comment section. Now, when I no try you, the one way vex me pass. Now this morning, as I wake up after we don't run, come 2 times from siren. As I open Facebook, say make I see what's in the go on. I see one graphic picture where they use AI do. As Netanyahu they under rubble, as in building fall, the rubbles of the building where Iran ballistic strike fall on top Netanyahu. They just try comot Netanyahu from rubble. I say, which extent una no go? Oh, ye haters of Israel. In fact, I want to ask una one question. Even if Netanyahu buy, what thing you go do for now? As Ayatollah buy, Iran no still continue. Iran no they move on. In fact, they still they fight, they go. So even if say Netanyahu buy, when I feel say Israel go just collapse, when I feel say Netanyahu na be the backbone of Israel. For Bible, King Saul no being buy, did Israel not move on? King David no be, in fact, King Saul make King David buy it at an old age, but King Saul buy for battle. As King Saul buy for battle, was Israel not moving forward? So when I feel say if they buy Netanyahu, say Israel no go move on, make una dey play. Until you learn to accept, say this country, say God dey hold this country for a hand, say nothing fit shake this country. You no matter whether Netanyahu buy, you no matter even if now all their military buy. When I don't read for Bible, where God tell Joshua, say make him select some people where go fight, say no need numbers. A lot of Israelites come, they won't go battle. Now God tell Joshua, say, these people too plenty. I just want few people. So that by the time when I win this battle, I don't want to make anybody carry mouth talk saying because say we plenty. Make una go read for Bible. So make una know they rejoice. Nathaniel, nothing happened to her. In fact, you know the way I just finished before I come make this video. I tell Nathaniel, say, I beg, make I go make this video. Tell them, say we just finished to drink coffee together. Nathaniel tell me, say, yeah, crackhead, carry on. But anyways, guys, how many of una presidents, when they mean they young, don't fight for our country, don't go battle, don't go war, don't go face opposition for battle? One of those presidents, no be president, one of those people, Netanyahu, because Netanyahu no be president, or prime minister. When Netanyahu was young, he been served for IDF, in fight war, and now in the opportunity, no be now, as in since 1990, waiting in the opportunity to rule in people or to lead in people as God directs him. Waiting, I want to show now and a video and footage of 1978, June 6th to be precise, 1978, where they ask young Netanyahu, that time name is Ben Nitay. You feel me? Today now Benjamin Netanyahu, as a then he was Ben Nitay. They ask Ben Nitay question, they blast Ben Nitay about Palestine, about West Bank, about Gaza. I know say a lot of you never watch this video, so I know we even talk. For those of you who never watch this video, who never watch this video, so I want to bring you back to Ben Nitay, alias Benjamin Netanyahu, for 1978. Brothers and sisters, let's watch this video together. Then you go understand why Netanyahu no go buy unless God allow or God tell Netanyahu, your time is up. No Iranian missile ballistics. In fact, no country ballistics or weapon fit by Netanyahu. Make we watch this video together.
As my first witness, Mr. Benjamin Nitay.
Mr. Nitay, welcome to the Advocate.
Mr. Nitay is a graduate of MIT. He is an Israeli, and he is a man who has written widely on this question before the House tonight. Mr. Nitay, is the issue of self-determination the core of the conflict in the Middle East?
No, I don't believe it is. The real core of the conflict is the unfortunate Arab refusal to accept the state of Israel. And I think, as was mentioned earlier, For 20 years, the Arabs had both the West Bank and the Gaza Strip. And if self-determination were, as they now say, the core of the conflict, they could have easily established a Palestinian state then, but they didn't.
When did the issue arise then?
Well, for 20 years, we didn't hear a word about self-determination. And in fact, what we did hear, those of us living in the Middle East, was about driving the Jews into the sea. Now, after 1967, under the leadership of the PLO, the hardline strategy shifted to adopting a moderate, dressed-up slogan, which now talked in terms of first a secular democratic state and then replaced it with Palestinian self-determination. But what this really means, contrary to what Mr. Aruri said, about 1977 being a changed year in the PLO's objectives, let me quote you what the PLO Information Office said in a Dutch paper in 1977, in May 5th.
77?
May 5th, 1977, yes. The statement was very simple. Our objective remains the destruction of the Zionist state of Israel. So let's keep in mind that what we're talking about here is not the attempt to build a state, but to destroy one.
Do the Palestinians have a right to a separate state?
Well,
Mr. Ajami has been talking about human rights.
well, I think that it's, no, I don't think they do, but I think that it's quite instructive that the Palestinians who are invoking the right of self-determination, which is an attribute for separate nations, themselves are the ones who define themselves as part of the Arab nation. Now, no one is denying that there are Palestinian Arabs. There's a very distinguished Palestinian Arab sitting right next to me. But the Palestinians themselves, in the Palestinian National Covenant, the very first article, say that the people of Palestine, quote, are part of the Arab nation. Well, let's look at the Arab nation. It has 21 states, an area roughly the size of the United States, and 1/6 of the entire world's wealth. Now, add to that the fact that there already exists a Palestinian state, and that is Jordan, 60% of whose population is Palestinian. I think it's quite interesting that Yasser Arafat and King Hussein, who are bitter enemies, agree on one thing, that Jordan is a Palestinian state. So what we're talking about is a demand for a 22nd Arab state and a second Palestinian state.
What should be done with the Palestinians on the West Bank? There's a problem, so what should be done about it, in your opinion?
Well, I think that the Palestinians in the West Bank are going to be offered the full human rights, the full civil rights, as no Arabs are offered in the Middle East. No Arabs whatsoever have any full human rights or the right to vote for their own government. Those Arabs who lived in Israel in the pre-67 boundaries are the only Arabs in the Middle East who offer that right, and I'm all in favor of having the same Arabs living in the West Bank and the Gaza Strip being offered such a right in the final peace agreement.
Can we have peace in the Middle East?
Very briefly, please.
Yes, I sincerely hope so. Look, I'm 28 years old. I've had to defend my country in 2 wars and in many battles. Nobody wants peace more than Israel. But the stumbling block to the road for peace is this demand for a PLO state, which will mean more war, which will mean more violence in the Middle East. And I sincerely believe, if this demand is abandoned, we can have real and genuine peace.
Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Craven. Now we'll go to Mr. Ajami. Mr. Ajami, some questions from Mr. Nitay.
Mr. Nitay, you've told everyone that the Palestinians on the West Bank and the Gaza Strip will enjoy full human rights. Could you tell me how that's compatible with the presence of Israeli forces in their midst?
Well, the Arabs living now under the Arabs who lived in Israel, 400,000 of them, 400,000, between 1948 and 67, as I said earlier, certainly enjoy full human rights. And as I said, they're the only ones.
I'm not talking about the Arabs in Israel. I'm talking about the Arabs on the West Bank and the Gaza Strip.
If you let me, I'll answer your question, Mr. Ajami, please. The Arabs living in Israel are the only ones who are entitled to vote for their governments, the only ones who have representative in a parliament in the entire Middle East. Now, it's true that the West Bank and the Gaza Strip are now undergoing a period of transition. In fact, no Arab government has been willing to negotiate so far about this period of transition. And I think that when this transition, when negotiation period is ended, there is no reason why under either Jordanian citizenship or Israeli citizenship, these Arabs will not have the full human rights, the right to vote for their representatives, as the Arabs in Israel do, as hopefully all the Arabs in the Middle East will do someday.
Mr. Nitay, does the state of Israel itself accept that the people on the West Bank and the Gaza Strip have the right to vote on whatever future they choose?
Well, Mr. Ajami, I just outlined that in the event that this negotiation process will continue, I'm sure that what we're talking about is in fact eventual citizenship of some kind, either Jordanian or Israeli or in any other arrangement in which these people will certainly vote.
Mr. Nitay, you've given yourself the right to determine that you are an Israeli, but you've also given yourself the right to negate the other entity, which I think is not somehow consistent with global practice at this time, is it?
Mr. Ajami, I have never rejected another entity, nor have I ever declared my intent to destroy it, least of all the Palestinian Arabs, who I fervently want to live in peace with. All I'm saying is that it is the Palestinian Arabs themselves, their leaders, Arafat, Muhsin, who Morris Abrams quoted earlier, Farouk Kadumi, the number 2 man in the PLO, these are the ones who say they are part of the Arab nation. These are the ones who say they already have a Palestinian state. There is no right to establish a second one on my doorstep, which will threaten my existence. There is no right whatsoever.
Okay, Mr. Nitay, you seem like a very patriotic Israeli. Does not the fact of Israeli dependence upon the U.S. in order to maintain its occupation on the West Bank and the Gaza, does this not trouble you at all?
Mr. Ajami, you asked me as a patriotic Israeli, and I'll answer as someone who has fought in the Middle East. One of the things that I think is unique about Israel, in terms of all America's allies, is that it is perhaps the only one who has taken care of itself so far. And I would think that America, in fact, it's not a one-way street, Israel taking from the United States. Israel is giving the United States an extraordinary bargain in the Middle East. It's the one stable democratic ally which the United States can count on.
Mr. Nitay, inasmuch as you're a Zionist and are committed to a Jewish state, given the fact that demographic predictions tell us that there will be an Arab majority within the current borders of Israel, does this not challenge the foundations of the very state which you are committed to?
I know of the latest population figures, that actually show a decrease in the Arab birth rate, particularly in the West Bank and the Gaza Strip, as a result of the higher education and the universal education for women that didn't exist prior to Israel, prior to 1967. Now, if you ask me, would I reject Palestinians or Arabs living in our midst? Ridiculous. Of course not. They're citizens of Israel. If they...
No, I'm talking about the West Bank and Gaza. You see, we're still going back to the core of it.
Yes, I agree. Whatever will be the final arrangement, these people should be free to multiply as they wish. I think that it is written in the Bible, multiply and be fruitful. I think these people should have that right. I'm not going to start enforcing a birth control program under any circumstance.
Thank you. With that biblical injunction, I will turn to Mr. Abram. One more question to Mr. Nitay.
Mr. Nitay, since the subject is what should the United States do, may I ask you if you could summarize why, in your opinion, the United States should oppose the creation of a PLO state?
I think the United States should oppose the creation of a Palestinian state for several reasons. The first one being that it is unjust to demand the creation of a 22nd Arab state and a second Palestinian state at the expense of the only Jewish state. I think it also would defeat the hopes of those moderate Palestinians who genuinely want to reach a peace accommodation with Israel.
Thank you. Mr. Jami, another question.
Mr. Nitay, as someone who would say that you believe in democracy, do you believe that Israel can continue as a garrison state and still remain a democratic state?
Mr. Ajami, either you didn't hear what I said before, or for your benefit, I'll repeat it again. No, Israel does not intend to remain a garrison state. Israel wants to live in peace and wants to be secure. If that involves maintaining military guarantees, our own military guarantees against the destruction of people who surround us, yes, I believe we should fight for our survival. If I have to, I'll fight again, but I hope not to.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Gomez. Mr. Nitay, thank you for joining us.
So when I don't listen to him, when I don't hear him, the only thing we don't change from this man I name, but his ideologies, everything he believed in 1978 when he was 28 years old still remains the same. But can you say that for your current leader? Can you say that for your president? Can you say the same thing about your prime minister? Since 1978, he had one ideology, and that still remains till today. But so many of our leaders in they don't change, either as a result of bribe, either as a result of corruption. They don't change. But Netanyahu, the only thing that has changed is from Ben Nitay to Benjamin Netanyahu. So, God bless Israel. God bless the people of Israel. Anybody who vex, anybody who no like them, make them go home. Transformer. Have a wonderful church service. Bye for now.